Namaste and welcome to the next lecture of Clinical Ayurved. Myself, Dr. Mayuresh Agte. We were discussing clinical application of Dravya, and in that topic we have started Guruji. In last lecture, I have started with the Rasayan Karma of the Guruji, and the first factor required for the Rasayan Karma, which is Dhatu Poshak Ansha, we have discussed in detail. See, I have taken a complete lecture of last uh, week only on the one factor of Rasayan Karma, one step. Why I am insisting you this? Because it looks very easy when you read the books that Guruchi Rasayan, Guruchi Dipan, Guruchi Ampachan, etc. etc. But when you apply it clinically, you have to balance so many factors which I discussed in the last lecture. So I am not criticizing, but not in any book of the Raguna Vidyan, it is not given in detail. They have given indications, but detailed action is missing, is my opinion. I am not criticizing any book, but when you are applying this dravya clinically, you have to think of so many factors if you want the exact action of Rasa Panchak in a particular stage. So first was Dhatu Poshak Ansha, and which is done by the Madhu Vipak after balancing the Rasa Virya Vipak, Rasa Virya and Guna which are against Dhatu Poshan. What is the next is Prakrut Jatharani. Jatharani should be Prakrut so that the Dhatu Poshak Ansha will get digested and Uttam Ahar Rasa will be formed. Now, does Guruji act on Prakrut Jatharani condition? Of course, yes. Many people will say abruptly, Ushtavirya is Agnivardhak. Right. Nothing wrong in that. But always remember, along with Ushnavirya, Laghu and Ruksha Guna are also equally important. Why? Properties of Agni is Ushna because of Tej Mahabhut. Agni is of Laghu Guna also. That's why the flame goes upwards. We have learned in Tadas Vijnan. And it is Takta Devato Pakadi, Karmana Anala Shaditam. This is the discussion in the regarding the Jatragni. So it is Takta Devato, it is of Ruksha Guna. So along with Ushna Virya, Laghu Ruksha Guna also support or have a role in the Prakrut Jatrani condition. Is always remember this. Along with these factors, Tikta Rasa is of Vayu Akash Mal Pradhan, and that's why it also is useful for Agni Sandukshana purpose. Hence, Guruchi is useful by Tikta Ras, Ushna Virya, Laghu Ruksha Guna on for the Prakrut Jatrani condition. Now, what about Madhu Vipak? Vipak is formed after Jatrani action. So, if Agni is good by these other factors, automatically Vipak will be in a good condition and it will perform also its action. So that's why in for Agni Jatharani condition, Prakrut Jatharani condition, Guruji is useful by all these Tikta, Ushna Virya, Laghu Ruksha Guna. Now Katu Ras is also Anuras, it will also help. Kashaya Ras is Anuras, but it is not so much on Agni. In my opinion, Anuras is not so much dominating as a action of drug is concerned because its intensity is always less. It may assist, but its intensity is so less that in my practice I generally think of the application of dravya by its pradhan rasa. So Prakrut Jatharani is another condition which is fulfilled by the Guruji. Now, along with Jatharani, Guruji has a very nice action on Dhatvagni, particularly Rakta Dhatvagni and Asthi Dhatvagni. So, it is a Gamitva or affinity towards these two Dhatus. Hence, along with Jatharani, these two Dhatu are also Dhatvagni. Guruji is useful. The next condition which is required for Rasayan Karma. Now see, Dhatu Poshaka Amsha are given to the body. Jatharani is now in a good state. It will produce a good aharas. So This aharas will be carried by the vayu to the srotas only when it is traveling in an anulom direction. Means the next step which is required is anulom vayu, and when it becomes pratilom, there is obstruction, it is sotorod. So to reduce the sotorod, if there is any sotorod, you have to reduce that. Does guduchi has that action? Now remember, for sotorod nashan you require tikshna guna, bhedane tikshna, and guduchi doesn't have tikshna guna like ballataka, chitraka, etc. So in my opinion, you have to give some another dravya with guduchi, or when you are using guduchi, use in arishta form, because arishta, vyavai, vikasi, sukshma, so they will help for that action. Guduchi will do this one thing, that it is Vatanulomana by Ushna Virya, so it is helpful in that way. But when there is Stotra Pradhan Vyadhi, then you have to use, it is better to use the dravya with proper Tikshna Guna. The next is Prakrut Dhatvagni. Now, I mentioned, it has got affinity towards Pratyaya Dhatu and Asti Dhatu. First thing, so it will act in those diseases, and all Dhatvagni are dependent on the Jatharagni. So in the second condition which just we discussed, that it is useful to for the Prakrut Jatharagni condition, so automatically it will act on the all Dhatvagni, particularly Ratta Dhatvagni and Asti Dhatu. So these are the steps which are fulfilled by the Guruji. What is the next step? It is Malapachan, Mala Shoshan and Mala or Mala Utsarjan. Now the main guna are Laghu, Ruksha and Ushna, which are very much useful as far as action on Mala is concerned. We are going to see the Grahi action in the next lecture. But because of Laghu, Ruksha, Ushna, Tiktaras, it is Mala Shoshaka. So it is useful in the condition where there is absorption of Mala. Secondly, all these factors are responsible for the Kleda Nashan, Laghu, Ruksha, Ushna, Tikta. Hence, whenever there is Kleda Sanchiti in the body, or diseases like Kushtha, where there is Raktagata Kled is increased, I have just told you, it has got the affinity towards the Rakta Dhatu, and in the Kushtha, Raktagata Kled is increased. So in that case, while these properties, it is very good drug for Kleda Shoshan and Rakta Shuddhi is done. It is also useful whether other Kleda Pradhan disease like Prameha, etc. So the last necessary condition which Guruji fulfills is Kleda Shoshan or Mala Shoshan, and hence it is useful in that way. See, Guruji is not Virechak, Guruji, so it will not be Mala Utsarjan, karma is not seen, but absorption of Mala Sanchiti in the body is seen definitely. Now you will come to know that why Guruji is considered as the main Rasayan Dravya or as a good Rasayan Dravya, because almost all, just so absence of Sotrod or Sotrod Nashan is generally not seen because there is no Krishna Guna, but all other conditions are satisfyingly fulfilled by the Guruji, which are required for the Rasayan Karma, and hence Guruji is a good Rasayan Dravya, provided you will balance the unwanted or unwanted guna with proper anupan, sanyog or kalpana. We will go to the next line of the shlok in the next lecture. Thank you very much. I will request all the new subscribers again to please go to the previous videos, because I may give references in the future lectures which I have already discussed previously, and I will not repeat them again. So request you to go to right from the first lecture and be with me. Thank you very much.